Hi, Melford Bibens here, and again, I'm lucky enough to have my very good buddy, Dr. Mark DeBrinket, with me. And as I've said before to you guys, Mark and I are like the same guy, and one of the components of that are we're both total science geeks. Like, we both love science, and we love medicine, and we love it when someone can do something that raises the level of medicine exponentially, and that's the story that Mark's going to tell you. So I don't want to ruin it yet, because Mark's got a very cool story, but he and I are like total science geeks, so we love talking about this stuff. So I'm going to turn this over to Mark, and Mark's going to talk to you about Nutriferon.
Great, thanks, Mel. Nutriferon has been, since Shaklee's come out with it, one of my absolute favorite products. In fact, since the day both of my kids were born, that is the one product that I make sure that they get inside their little systems every single day. To me, life is about immunity. And the stronger your immune system is, the healthier you are going to be going through your life. Okay? So many people put faith into vaccines, and they think that because they've been vaccinated, they'll never get sick. Yeah. Well, hey, there is so many viruses and bacteria that mutate and change all the time. And so what it all boils down to is how well is your body able to identify these free radicals and these bad cells and deal with them appropriately? Can it grab them, deposit them, flush them out of the system, or are they going to go inside the cell and cause more damage and then lead to cancer and other major immune function disorders?
Right. Why do you think there's a new flu every week?
There you have it. Well, over 50 years ago, Dr. Kojima was a doctor studying interferon, and he actually founded interferon in the human body and got awards for it, and there was a lot of publicity, and it was a major thing. And basically, interferon is what your body produces to communicate to nearby cells to let them know that there's a threat and how to adapt, and then it also calls on more soldiers to be able to grab that threat, wall it off, and get it out of the body. I like using the analogy from Star Trek.
Here comes the science geek stuff.
For those out of you that are Trekkie fans, there was an alien species called the Borg, and they are one collective mind. It's all of the aliens in this ship have one mind. They're not individual thinkers. Well, they come into planets, and then they assimilate the whole planet, and they basically take the humans and make them half robots, half humans to be part of their collective consciousness. Well, that's devastating. If you live on a planet and somebody comes in and says resistance is futile, you are going to die and be assimilated, more so. So they would shoot these aliens, and the first couple that they shot would drop dead. By the time they got to the third alien, the two that already died already sent the message back to the collective what the frequency was of the ray gun that killed them or how they died. And so now they all adapted, and your weapons are useless against the rest of them, and then they do take over, and you are assimilated. Mm-hmm. So interferon works inside your own body much that same way. As soon as one cell is destroyed by this free radical, and then it jumps onto the next cell and destroys it too, and then so on, interferon is released. Our neighboring cells all can adapt then, and they adapt because of the information they got back from the cells that were being destroyed, and it allows them to be resistant now to that free radical or that foreign substance, and allows us to call more soldiers in to grab them and then eliminate them out of the body. So they developed, shortly after he founded interferon, a synthetic interferon that people started taking that were sick with AIDS and hepatitis and other big super hardcore diseases where the immune system is definitely challenged. And the problem with the synthetic stuff, though, is it had side effects like all other medications. And so this doctor spent 40 years researching in the lab, trying to find natural combinations of natural substances that could allow your body to actually increase its own levels of interferon in the body to help protect you and to protect your immune system. Now, Shaklee has then bought his product, has bought all the patents and the worldwide rights to this product, and hired him to be on our advisory board. So this is hands down a slam dunk, home run out of the park hit for Shaklee, because there isn't even competition out there that can create a product that's going to increase our levels of interferon. And believe me, if you were sick, the last thing you want to have to do is go get a big needle injected into that liver to give you this interferon injections, only to feel good for a few days and then to fail again.
But a needle in the liver sounds so pleasant.
Doesn't it, though?
I'm hoping to get one this weekend.
So it all boils back down to, as we said, clinical studies to prove that this one product can change everybody's life. Just the one single thing that they do is going to prevent them from getting sick as often, maybe even never have the sick symptoms again, because they're living the right life and they're keeping their immune system strong, especially with the kids in school and the amount of germs that are passed back and forth from kid to kid, and everybody in school has sick and runny noses and issues. My children remain healthy and strong, and knock on wood, they haven't been sick a day in their life.
Yeah. Right. I tell you, it's we're really psyched when there's a product like this that can be such a defense mechanism. You just don't see stuff like that. I mean, sadly enough, with the way that medicine works, so often everything goes bad and then they try and fix you. We're so thankful that Dr. Shaklee was able to put something into play that made it so you could have that preventative measure. And, Roger has run with the ball, and I think we all know that healthcare wouldn't be nearly as expensive if we just didn't get sick in the first place. That's why we love stuff like this. And, if nothing else, Mark and I just want to thank you for letting us science geek out on you for a couple minutes. We totally love this stuff. Like, the medical end of this is what we totally love. I mean, believe me, I love making a ton of cash. Cash is cool. But the medical stuff is awesome, and that's why this is so cutting edge. It's like, they take stuff like interferon, this crazy stuff that, basically makes you feel like you're dying if you have it injected into you in the hospital, and they can turn it into something like Nutriferon, which is going to help you prevent getting into the hospital in the first place. That's cool stuff. So that's it, guys. That's Nutriferon. We just wanted to give you a quick little overview of what we deem to be one of the most awesome products in the market. And even if you are just getting started with Shaklee, make this one of the first products you get. You will notice a marked difference in you and your family by taking Nutriferon. So at least get on this one as soon as possible, okay? Great. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.
Great day.